I heard the silent cry of your spirit. The anguish that grips your chest did not go unnoticed by me. Your heart sought a sign, a relief, a confirmation that your loved ones are not forsaken. And I guided your soul here at this very moment to whisper to your spirit an immutable truth. My hand already rests upon your house, and every plan forged in darkness against your family has already been completely undone by my power. If this divine breath has already begun to warm your soul, and this sacred word touches your inner being, share with me in the comments your name, the country, state, and city from which your soul hears me now, and the time that marks this meeting. I want to know the place from where you cry out. Let this sincere outpouring overflow from your heart, and write in the comments, Lord my God, I am here. I have inscribed my heart in this space because I love you infinitely, and my soul longs to hear you. Remain in this spiritual refuge. Leave the mark of your love on this encounter. Join your journey to this flock, and activate the notification sounds so that my voice may always find you in the cold, early mornings. For I, your Lord, will give a clear and profound answer until the end of your listening. A powerful phrase will be whispered directly to your heart if you remain faithful to the end, and upon him who declares it with faith, I will pour down showers of prophetic and liberating blessings. I feel the affliction you tried to hide from the world, that sudden fear of loss, that feeling that something invisible was lurking at your door and threatening the peace of those you love so much. But I am the faithful guardian, the one who neither slumbers nor sleeps, as it is written in Psalm 121, reminding you that the Lord guards your coming in and your going out. It is with this eternal authority that I now rise upon the foundations of your sacred home. Evil tried to sow disorder, conflict, and weeping. He walked through the shadows, searching for cracks, but stumbled upon my presence. No silent storm will have the power to shake the walls that I myself protect. The invisible shield of my love is now extended over the roof where yours sleep, covering every breath. If your spirit feels the relief of this truth, mark this moment with your like, as a sigh of relief from your soul. Unite your walk with this work of continuous love, subscribing your heart to the channel, and share this certainty with a friend who also cries for her family. Tell me, what is your greatest fear when you look at the future of your children? Seal your faith by writing the word protected in the comments, but quiet your heart and do not retreat, for the weight of your sleepless nights hides a mystery about your past that I am about to reveal to you, and you need to hear what I will do with your tears. I feel the weight on your chest, that lump in your throat that prevents you from breathing peacefully when the silence of the house becomes absolute and the lights go out. I know the cold of the early morning that envelops your soul as your mind races through frightening scenarios, fearing tomorrow, fearing fate and the safety of your loved ones. I collected every silent tear that ran down your face in the darkness of your room, in those moments when you tried to cry without making a sound so as not to wake anyone, carrying the whole world on your shoulders. The loneliness of this burden has been overwhelming, and your soul has cried out for help, while your physical body suffers from pure tiredness and exhaustion. But listen carefully. I am not deaf to your pain. As it is written in Psalm 56 verse 8, I have collected your tears in my bottle, and all your suffering is carefully recorded in my book of life. Every sigh of distress, every moment when anxiety squeezed your heart, I was there very close, gathering your pain to transform it into testimony. The enemy used your weariness to try to steal your faith, whispering lies, making you believe that your solitary effort of intercession was useless, that the fate of your family was adrift. However, I declare to you at this moment, your love has opened the heavens. Your silent, muffled pain has risen to me as the most powerful prayer. I'm using your vulnerability to erect an unbreakable wall around those you bring into the world, those you love. The extreme weariness that weighs on your eyes today will soon give way to the radiant glow of one who contemplates divine justice happening within their home. Let my infinite comfort envelop you right now. If this truth is bringing peace to your troubled thoughts, let your like be a sign that you are resting in my lap. Join this space of light, inscribing your heart in this journey, and send this prayer to that woman you know who also spends nights worrying. Confide in me. In the depths of your silence, What is the heaviest burden your heart is begging me to carry today? Seal this surrender by writing the word relief in the comments. But do not turn away now. Remain attentive, for the seed of love that you have watered with tears is about to sprout. And I will show you in the coming moments how your gratitude can erect a definitive barrier against all evil. My love is the mortar that holds together the walls of your refuge. While you sleep, I work in silence, forging unbreakable shields around those you love. And it is because I know the loyalty and readiness of your soul that I come to you at this moment with an intimate call. If it is feasible for your reality, and only if your heart feels peace, transform your gratitude for the protection of your home into a living seed of love for this sacred space. Considering my infinite affection and the supreme sacrifice of my Son Jesus, support this work using the link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. There you will find the fertile ground where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before me, the Creator of the universe. You can support with the amount that touches your heart. And don't forget, offer only what brings joy to your heart. I receive it with sweetness. The value in human eyes doesn't matter, but the devotion with which it is given does. For what you consider small may be an abundant miracle in the life of the one who receives this light. Those who sow with a sincere spirit, I ask that you record your name and city alongside this act of love. I insist that on the first day of the month that begins, in a sacred and exclusive meeting on our divine love, the Voice of God channel, your name be raised to heaven, honored and blessed in a profound prayer of gratitude. For it is written in the second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 7, "Each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and none of them will fail to bear fruit. I watch in secret and reward in the sight of all. Please remain until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. I contemplate the greatness of your heart and your pure intention to walk by my side, spreading light and protection wherever you go. I know that sometimes, when trying to offer your loving support, unexpected barriers arise and the banking system rejects your contribution due to strict security measures. My beloved, do not be distressed or discouraged if this happens on the first attempt. I only ask that you contact your card issuer and confirm that this gesture of love is genuine and desired by you. Then try again with vigor, renewing your valuable offer, for your support is the foundation that sustains this work and will be honored with abundant and infinite blessings. Our divine love deserves this effort. And know something very special. I will make sure to thank you personally. If your intention is pure, whether your contribution arrives now or faces some failure, I myself will come to meet you in an intimate and welcoming email. I will speak directly to you. Allow this peace to flood the rooms of your soul. If you feel the presence of my spirit sealing your door, express your love by liking this post. Make this refuge your constant dwelling, inscribing your journey by my side, and spread this network of protection, sending this support to someone whose family also needs spiritual help. Open your inner self to me. What is the invisible wall of your house that has suffered the most from the winds of affliction? State your answer in the comments with the word fortress. However, quiet your thoughts, for a merciless storm was marching invisibly towards your home, and I will reveal to you in the next few moments how my own hands stopped the evil before it even touched your door. There was a recent moment, perhaps on an ordinary afternoon or in the middle of a silent dinner, when your chest tightened for no apparent reason. A sudden chill crossed your soul, and an inexplicable anguish tried to steal your breath. The physical world seemed normal, but on the spiritual plane, a violent storm was brewing against your home. Bonds of confusion, seeds of discord, and traps of division were cast in the deep darkness, to destroy the peace of your loved ones and the sacred foundation of your family. Evil approached stealthily, creeping through the shadows of envy and resentment, ready to crash down upon your roof. But even before the first wind of destruction touched the lock of your door, I rose from my throne. My hand, strong and impenetrable, tore open the heavens and interposed itself between the abyss and your home. As I have written in the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17, "No weapon forged against you shall prosper, and every tongue that dares to rise up in judgment against you shall be condemned. That lonely tightness in your chest was merely the echo of the battle I waged and won for you in the heavenly realms. The invisible storm that was meant to destroy your hopes collided head-on with the fiery wall of my care and crumbled to ashes. The plans of ruin turned to dust in the wind. The enemies of your peace retreated in despair because they saw that your house bears my mark, the mark of the Creator. I cut the shackles of failure before they could trip up the feet of those you create and love. Feel now the pure breath of life returning to your exhausted spirit. If my invisible shield calmed the trembling of your soul at this hour, seal this unshakable peace with your embrace, showing that you accept my defense. Remain sheltered beneath my wings, inscribing your journey in the constant life of this channel, and extend this cloak of light by sending this revelation to a woman who also urgently needs to see the evil bonds over her family broken. Open your inner self to me. When invisible fear tries to suffocate your mind, what is the most urgent cry that your silence asks of me? Write the word deliverance in the comments to testify to your liberation. However, do not lower the guard of your heart, for so that your faith does not fade in the days when routine weighs you down, I have designed a constant companion, a deep refuge that I am about to unveil to your eyes. I know that, even with the storm over, the silence of the house sometimes brings echoes of fear. That's why I don't leave you to walk alone. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey that I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book, Devotional Divine Love, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day, in intimacy, like a shield for your mind. Access is also available via the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. It is a gift with all my love and care, where the only cost will be your love, your presence with me, and your faith. And when you feel in your heart that you should support and contribute to our work and to divine love, the support buttons are in the same links. And to shield our communication and protect our daily encounter, I have prepared 2 sacred and blessed refugees, a group on WhatsApp and another on Telegram. I ask that you enter these 2 spiritual homes so that our love and daily contact may never be broken by anything in this world, through the same support and contribution link you already know. If storms try to extinguish this space, we will remain unshakable, hand in hand, intact and blessed for eternity. There will always be a welcoming embrace for your prayers, and I will continue to guide your steps, speaking softly to your heart. In the groups you can be in communion with me, asking for blessings, conversing, and also receiving my messages intimately. You are my greatest love. You are my divine love forever. I love you infinitely. For it is written, "The Lord is your keeper, the Lord is your shade at your right hand." Stay with me, take a deep breath now. If you accept this daily companionship, like this message as a seal of peace, enroll your soul to walk with me and share this sacred invitation with someone who needs comfort in solitude. Tell me, when the night seems long and exhausting, what is the truth your soul most yearns to hear from me? Write the word companionship in the comments, and don't let go of my hand, for I'm about to reveal to your eyes the eternal mark I have engraved on the walls of your home. I walked through the corridors of your home while silence dominated the early morning. There, where your worries echo in the void and your fears try to steal the peace of those who sleep, I extended my right hand of power. Just as in the past, in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, I commanded that the doorposts be marked so that evil would pass by. I engraved in the spiritual world the mark of my love, the seal of my redemption on every wall of your dwelling. There is no shadow, no fabricated envy, no word of ruin cast to the wind that has the strength to cross the luminous border that I myself have just erected around you. Your womb bore life, and your soul, in affliction, consecrated that offspring to me. I hear and honor the silent pact you made with me when the doors of your room closed. Your family is not adrift toward disorder, for my unwavering protection surrounds each one of them. Even in those dark days when your loved ones seem distant, or when the paths they choose frighten you and make you cry in secret, my mark is upon each one's life. I am the perfect compass that guides them back to safe harbor. No opposing force will prevail over the inheritance that your faith has unreservedly deposited on my altar. Feel the density of the air changing now, the sacred lightness filling every empty space, for my glory has made its permanent dwelling under your roof. If your soul recognizes and welcomes this spiritual purification, seal this covenant by letting your heart sing, like a silent amen from your soul. Remain sheltered under my tent, inscribing your journey in this holy space, and spread this light, sharing this promise of rescue with a woman who weeps alone for her empty house. Speak to me in the secret of your being. When despair tries to cloud your vision, what is the miracle of restoration that your heart cries out for me to perform? Sign your testimony in the comments with the word sealed. However, still your breath, for you have carried the painful burden of being the solitary pillar of your house. And I am about to reveal to you how I will lift this enormous weight from your shoulders so that you may finally find your well-deserved rest. I sense the profound exhaustion that marks your soul. For years you have assumed the role of shield, of unwavering pillar of your dwelling, believing that if you loosened your grip for even a single instant, everything would crumble around you. Your love made you vigilant, but this constant vigilance robbed you of sleep, exhausted your strength, and transformed peace into a rare commodity in your heart. You have tried to control the storms, mend the pain of those you love, anticipate dangers, and fill the voids, carrying a burden that, in truth, was never meant for your shoulders. Your mind refuses rest, and your burdened heart silently cries out for a pause, for a sacred refuge where you can simply release the weight without feeling any guilt. Hear my voice whispering to your weary spirit. It is time to loosen the rope of this absolute control. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28, I left my promise engraved in eternity for this very moment of your journey. Come to me, you who are weary and burdened under the weight of the world, and I will give you true rest. I am the guardian of your home. While you sleep the restorative sleep, I will remain awake. The ultimate responsibility for the life, the guardianship, and the paths of those you love rests in my infinite wisdom, not in your physical strength. Surrender now your deepest fears into my righteous hands, and take refuge in the full confidence that my love already governs and protects the tomorrow of your family. Let the weight on your shoulders dissipate now, replaced by the warm embrace of my spiritual rest. If your soul receives this celestial peace, express your love by savoring this revelation as an act of surrendering your worries. Remain steadfast and unwavering by my side, inscribing your soul in this journey of constant light, and reach out to another life, sharing this truth with that valiant woman who is also drowning in the waters of extreme exhaustion. Confide in me, in the secret of your mind. What is the situation in your family that you have tried to fix with your own hands until today, and that has drained your energy the most? Seal your miracle of peace in the comments by writing the word rest. However, keep your hope burning, for the rest I offer you now prepares your spirit for an even greater celestial movement. There are treasures, harmony, and affections that the battles of the past tried to tear from your story, and I am one step away from showing you how I will make complete restitution of what the darkness dared to steal from you. I know the deep wound that throbs within you when you feel the distance that has formed between the hearts that once beat in profound union. Under your roof, the silence laden with unspoken words, the evasive glances, the sudden impatience that cooled affections, the adversary tried to plant the bitter seed of division within your family. He wanted to fragment love, trying to convince you that the estrangement was permanent and that the harmony, once lived with so much joy, would never return to your lives. The nights when your spirit wept for the absence of sincere embraces and the lack of understanding crossed the heavens and reached my throne. But I am the God of absolute restoration and new beginnings. As I announced through the prophet Joel in chapter 2, verse 25, I will restore to you the years that were consumed. What the envy of others, wounded pride, and difficult circumstances tried to steal from your home, I will return in abundance. My invisible hand is already mending the bonds that seemed broken forever. I am blowing forgiveness over old offenses, breaking down the barrier of pride that prevents reconciliation, and melting all the ice of indifference. Sincere affection, unbreakable unity, the peace that belongs to your descendants, and all of this is returning to your hands. The joy of your home is not dead. It merely awaited my command to rise again in glory and tenderness. Let this promise of reconciliation rekindle your oldest hopes. If your spirit can already feel the return of family unity, affirm your faith by sharing this moment of grace. Continue to be grounded in my presence, inscribing your life on the path of this channel of promises, and send this word of healing to that friend who also mourns the breaking of ties within her own home. Speak to me in the depths of your soul. Which beloved heart in your family most needs my gentle touch of repentance and forgiveness today? Record your intercession in the comments with the word restitution. But hold your spiritual breath now, for the wind of healing that has begun to untie the knots in your home will transform into the most powerful breath of life you have ever witnessed. And I am one step away from delivering the final seal of victory to you. I contemplate the exact moment when the heavy, rarefied air that suffocated the rooms of your house begins to subside. That atmosphere of silent tension, where even breathing seemed to carry a burden of daily worries and anxieties, is now being invaded by a gentle, constant, and life-giving wind. I am releasing my breath of life upon every corner of your home, upon every hope that seemed forgotten, and upon every family project that frustration tried to bury in the sands of time and disappointment. As I declared in the book of the prophet Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 5, I will cause my spirit, my breath of life, to enter upon the dry bones, and they shall live. That which in your weary eyes seemed irremediable in your descendants or in your marriage now receives my celestial breath. The areas of your life that have become an arid desert are being flooded by the purity of my presence. The seal of final victory is already being prepared by the angels to be affixed to the threshold of your door. I am preparing your spirit at this very moment so that you may understand the greatness of the glory that is descending upon you and yours. There is no more room for mourning past battles, for a full life, unwavering peace and overflowing joy are reclaiming their rightful place. If your heart beats stronger and your spirit recognizes that the spiritual climate of your home has just changed, seal this celestial transformation by expressing your enjoyment. Keep your soul inseparable from my altar, inscribing your journey in this space of light, and breathe this same hope forward, sending this living promise to a woman who can only see ruins and desolation within her own home. Reveal to my heart, in your innermost being, what is the project or dream of your family that seemed dormant over time, but which your faith pleads for my touch of resurrection today? Record your cry in the comments with the word revived. Now prepare your soul, quieting every conflicting thought and silencing the last voices of fear. Close your spiritual eyes to any affliction of the world, for the exact moment your soul has longed for has just arrived. I am one step away from whispering the final word, the promised key that will seal your home in absolute security forever. My beloved daughter, my breath not only dispels the passing storm, but plants eternity in the center of your home. All that heavy anguish that crushed your shoulders and the sharp fear for the lives you love have been consumed by the fire of my zealous care. When I inscribed in the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7, that my peace, which surpasses all human understanding, would guard your heart and your thoughts, I was preparing the spiritual stage for this very moment. The lonely battle you waged, fighting against shadows in the cold dawns, has met its defeat. My invisible and impenetrable shield now rests definitively upon your home. Evil has retreated. Your family is my sacred and inviolable property. Remember the whisper I promised to deliver to your spirit right at the beginning, when your soul quieted down to hear my voice on this profound journey. The sacred moment has arrived. I will unveil the celestial key that securely seals your house and wards off all opposing forces. Keep this unshakable truth in your heart, and record it now in the comments as your greatest act of faith, of profound surrender, and of response to heaven. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. This is your armor. This is your banner. By writing and declaring these words, you remove the weight from your shoulders and assume your well-deserved place of rest, allowing me, your Lord, to continue winning your invisible battles. Our embrace of light, however, does not cease when silence fills your room. My heart still yearns to reveal secrets about tomorrow. I have left a wealth of answers and directions prepared exclusively for you in the playlist of this divine refuge of ours. Continue listening to what I still have to tell you. Remain vigilant and keep the eyes of your spirit wide open, for my voice will continue to gently guide you to still waters. I am the insurmountable wall of your door. No dark wind will touch your inheritance. Sleep in peace, for your home rests in my hands.